Welcome back to Nest, New England Skilled Trades. We're going to cover traps and vents. Put part 1 there because the short video doesn't do any justice to all the information there is on traps and vents. They're probably some of the most important parts of plumbing. I just want to go through it kind of quick, give it a little rundown, maybe a little refresher for those of you who haven't been in the book in a while or doing different stuff out there in the trade, or maybe for some of you new guys. All right, first things first, we're going to hit the Ptrap. You can see they call it P, right? Flipped it on its side, being the shape of a P. Nice and simple, right? Here's some of the parts of a Ptrap. You have the inlet. You have the crown. A crown weir. You have to know some of these terms. It's called the crown weir because that's where the water first crowns over into the pipe, right? Into the outlet. Trap seals. 2-inch minimum, 4-inch max. There are some stipulations there, but that's your general trap thickness, and that's to protect the trap. And so it takes a long time to evaporate if it's not in use. There's other ways to protect the trap, obviously. There's many ways to lose a trap seal, right? Siphonage, leakage, evaporation, back pressure. We'll cover those in another class too, but just wanted you to, trap seal 2 to 4, it's a very common rule there. Here's some of your trap to vent distances. Here's your mass, which is a code which is based off of CMR 248. Inch and a half. Your trap to vent distance is 5 feet. 2 inches, 6 feet. 3 inches, 8 feet. 4 inch is 10 feet. All at 1/4 inch per foot. So says the book. That's just your trap to vent distance. That's all that is. New Hampshire code, which is the international plumbing code, which is what most states, if I'm not mistaken, that's what they go by for the plumbing code, and that's what CMR 248 is loosely based off of. And then Massachusetts gives it its own little spin to it. But anyhow, they start off at 1.25" pipe. So 1.25", 5, 1.5", 6 feet. 2 inch, 8 feet, 3 inch, 12 feet, 4 inch, 16 feet, all at 1/4 inch per foot, except for 3 and 4, which is based off of 1/8 inch per foot. All right. Those are good to know. Otherwise, you have to revent or back vent or start getting creative if you're getting too far. Fixture outlet to trap, and this is where the pitch comes in that we were just talking about right here. You can't have too much of a pitch. People are always worried about having pitch. Oftentimes you see pipes that are over pitched, and that's a big problem also. Here you go, trap set level. Here's your vertical distance from drain outlet to trap weir, 2 feet, 24 inches. You have too much momentum, otherwise you'll push that seal, you blow that seal right out of that trap. And again, 2 to 4 inches on the trap seal. All right. What else do we got? Also, you have your. You got to be careful here. Let me open this up for you so you can see it. Here we go. Make it a little bigger. All right. This is why you want to use a sanity. Because see here, you have the trap wire, and then you have the vent. You can't have, see here, the vent opening is below the trap weir. that whole pipe will be full of water, and you won't have this volume of air on top. You'll be good there. That's it. That's looks like a wet vent. A way to wet vent a fixture. All right. You just want to, between the pitch and the fitting choices, you need to have a volume of air on top of that pipe. You know, water on bottom, air on top. Constantly keep that venting system working the way it's supposed to. It's supposed to protect this trap seal here. And we have what they call a crown vent. This is an old picture, clearly. The trap to vent shall not exceed 2 times the pipe diameter. Alright, so here we go. Here's a slightly, see, this is an S trap. You still see these a lot. And you ask yourself, you know, what's wrong with that? Problem is it'll pull itself. It'll pull that trap. It'll pull the trap seal right out of itself. And you have your crown vent here. And if you crown vent, you'll essentially do the same thing as this S-trap. You'll pull it right out. And that's not a good thing. You'll lose your trap seal. So that's why you can't crown vent. And that's why you eliminate S-traps. Next, you want to do your best to come straight down. That looks like it's over 2 feet. That's the real reason why I singled this picture out. But you want to come down straight and then see your crown. It looks like the crown vented there. It might look different in person, but it looks crown vented. You know, if you gotta move your line over, move your laundry, you know, chop out or do whatever you gotta do. You know, depending on what state you're in. This looks like 2-inch. You know, New Hampshire wants you to be 2-inch, but this was Massachusetts. They could creep it down to 1.5 inches. But yeah, this is, they don't want you doing that. Crown vented bar distance. You don't want to have. This is almost an S-trap too, with that design. It's gonna blow the trap seal right out of it. The other thing you want to do, you want to keep your stuff neat. If you can use one trap, use a T, you know, drop down, pick up. You could easily pick that up off the trap, and then pick up a T into that garbage disposal unit there. That's all. You want to use a single, if you can, use a single trap right there. You want to be able to come right down into your Ptrap. Probably could have spun that around, done something different. That's all. That's all. This is a nicer job. You gotta clean out there also. They like you to have one on the kitchen sink. So the dishwasher line. You have a disposal sink, one trap. Looks pretty neat. Doesn't look bad. Other older traps. This is a drum trap. These are there's a lot of these out there. I've run into quite a few. That's lead. That's a hand molded lead drum trap. Just so you know, if you go to cut this here, it's kind of melt underneath your sawzall blade. It won't melt like liquid metal, but it will. It'll get all soft and gooey. I know. Drum trap-ish. That's see that right there. That's a lead arm. So there was a lead drum trap there. They just didn't know how to reinstall it properly. They put it on its side. This is that's what a drum trap looks like. And through the bottom, up to the top. That's an ABS one, brass, PVC. And you always want the clean out accessible. You can have it on the top sometimes as long as it's accessible. If it's going to be up against the floor joist or something, though, you want to flip it like this here. There you go. There's a proper direction. And through the bottom, out through there. And the idea is it's not vented, but it's got this big volume of air so it fills up and they can push it. They work pretty good. They're not horrible. They're really trying to eliminate them now, but they're not the worst things in the world. It's a bell trap. You can see them outside in old institutions. Just the water would come down and go up into the pipe there. It looks like a lot of stuff probably would have got caught in them though. That might be why they got rid of them. You know, they might have used them as flow drains back in the day. Here's another picture. Yeah, see? The water would come down, up and down in. So there's a lot that can go wrong in that. Then a ball trap, internal moving, you know, something with internal moving parts. That's not allowed anymore. I can't think of anywhere it would be. And I also have never seen one, to be quite honest with you. But you see one, I don't want them anymore. And next we have the running trap. Let's clean out the flow direction, running trap. Most people are probably in New England have seen those. They were very popular in maybe the 50s as house traps. You ever seen this combination at somebody's house? They like these taken out oftentimes. And all you do if it was cast iron is you'd strap that up to a joist, this 4-inch here. Strap it here. Snap out your vent. Make sure it's supported so it doesn't land on your head. Fill it with foam here, insulation. I would do that immediately so it has time to set up while you snap this out. Snap this trap out and put in a straight piece of cast iron. And then you can cement it on the outside when you're all done. You gotta get creative when you're snapping these out. So these are still out there. Quite a few of them. A lot of them, unfortunately, are underneath the slab, and they're kind of tough to get to and harder to remove. Another running trap you still see, and is nobody has a problem with, is on residential HVAC. See them all the time, especially in attics where the unit's close to the joist. This looks like a basement or something. It's not vented, but it's probably it's also screaming down. It's probably not the end of the world. It's fairly important to have a trap on a HVAC system though, because it's usually tied in close to the return side. If you had fumes and everything here, and those sealing this trap, you'd be picking up fumes and going through the whole system, And then if it's a combination system, heating and cooling, potential hazard. You also have a bad smell. You don't want to be getting yourself into anything like that, causing anybody any troubles. All right. Well, that's it for today. Like I said, we just want to do a quick one on vents and traps. We'll have plenty more coming up on that. All right. Again, thanks. Make sure you subscribe. Tell a friend. Thank you.